Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rabbi Melamed Shlita. Well, we're continuing our week of learning Yom Shlishi Patmayim Kitov. We ask you to continue davening for Chaylei Tzvah Gana Yisrael, for Shalom Chol Yisrael, the safety of our brothers and sisters in Israel. And we learn each day Le'ilei Nishmat Seren Daniel Shimon Arav Daron V'Shari Shem Kim Damo. And as I mentioned yesterday, we have a wonderful sponsor of our learning this week, a loyal anonymous listener sponsoring Le'ilei Nishmos, Bracha Bas David, Chaya Bas Shmuel, and Rachel Hinda Bas Simcha David, Le'ilei Nishmos Sehem, three beloved mothers for whom the children are saying Kaddish in our minyan. And again, if you would like to sponsor our learning for a week, for a day, for a year, for millennium, for Simcha, for an Aliyas Neshama, whatever it might be, certainly is welcome. And as also I mentioned last week, that if anyone is interested in undertaking a project together with Machon Har Bracha and would like to perhaps sponsor one of the volumes or part of one of the volumes being translated into English, as there are many ready to go, they just need the sponsorships, please let me know and I will put you in touch. But let's finish this chapter, Sif Yud Beis, Kaddish Achar Limud. Achar Kol Limud Mitzvah Lomer Kaddish. After any time we learn is the mitzvah to say Kaddish. Im Lamdu Psukim Omrim Kaddish Yehi Shlomo. If you're learning just Psukim in Tanakh, then we say the Kaddish of Yehi Shlomo, what we call a full Kaddish or a mourner's Kaddish. V'im Lamdu B'divrei Chachamim Omrim Kaddish Rabbanan. And if you say Torah Shabbal Peh, if that's what you learn, then you say what we call a Kaddish Rabbanan. V'nogu she'achar halim b'divrei Chachamim mosifim divrei Agada. And it's the custom that after learning Torah Shabbal Peh, we add words of Agada, Agadic nature, Shehem Mesamchanes Alev, because they bring joy to the heart. Kaddish Kaddish Yomer Alehem Mitoch Simcha, so that when we say Kaddish, it's not a mournful, sad thing, but it should be said of Simcha. L'chein Achar Pitam HaKetoris, Mosifin O Divrei Agada Al Hashon Lachaz V'chol Yom. So if you look, let's say, for us in America, well, we don't say it every day, but let's say we say it on Shabbos, after Pitum HaKetoris, even though it's a pretty dry study of what spices, carbonos, etc., we add in that line of Kalashana Halachas B'chol Yom Muftach Lo Shalom Haba Talmidei Chacham Memar Mishalom Ba'olam, about anybody who learns a halacha every day is guaranteed to go to the world to come, or Torah scholars bring peace to the world, etc., etc. That's this notion, so that we could bring happiness when we say the Kaddish. Yesh Sovrim She'ein Lomer Kaddish Elim Kein Asar Lomda B'Yachad. Some say that we do not say Kaddish unless you have 10 people that learn together. Before I go further, let me just also add into the previous note. That's why in a regular shir, let's say, if it's not part of davening and you finish learning, so that's why the prompt will always be Rechananya ben Akash, Amos Kodesh Baruch Zakos Es Yisrael Lefichach Heblam Torah Teshin Emar Hashem Chavetz Amad Ziko Yagdol Torah V'Yadir. That piece of Agada, again, saying everybody has a wonderful chelik in the Torah, etc., etc. So this is why we say that Ket as well. I'm thinking of having that put on my gravestone after 120 years because I've said it so many times in my life. But let's get back to the text. So he says, some hold that you only 10 people learn together with say Kaddish, whether it's a Kaddish Rabbanan on Torah Shabbal Peh, or if it's a regular Kaddish on Psukim. And some say that even if you have two that learn together, and as soon as they finish, then a minyan gathered, then you could certainly say Kaddish on this study. Here we go. You see, I jumped the gun a little bit. And the custom is that whoever wants to say Kaddish after learning, then he says out loud, or someone says out loud, Hashem wanted to give merit to the Jewish people. Therefore, Hashem gave them Torah and mitzvos and many things to do, etc., etc. So then you have the minyan that hears this piece of Agada, so there's an additional reason. So it's not just to have something of simcha, but also to make sure that 10 people actually heard the learning. Then you have 10 people learning, and therefore you have fulfilled all the opinions, and according to everyone, you would have to say Kaddish. And if you're going to say just a regular mourner's Kaddish, then you say at least 3 psukim, and then you could say Kaddish according to all, which I'll give you another sort of rabbinic trick. Sometimes it happens that if, let's say, the minyan comes late and we're pressed for time, and we'll say, you know what, we're going to go ahead and then we'll make up a Kaddish at the end. So how do we make up a Kaddish at the end? We say a parak of Tehillim, which has at least 3 verses of Psukim, and then we could say a mourner's Kaddish. So this explains Kaddish after learning Kaddish, after psukim, etc., something that is fairly common and found quite often. So thank you so much for joining us, and please continue davening for Chali Yitzchak and Yisrael, for Shlema Chaltzoi Yisrael. Safety of our brothers and sisters in Israel. Nishmat, our learning sponsor this week, Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day. We'll see you next